Everyone, Nathan Hall here. Today's lesson, banking and personal finance terms. Some of you are in Mr. Flick's class for personal finance. Lots of you aren't. So, if you are, this is exactly what he's going to be talking about soon. If you're not, you're either going to take that class soon, and until that happens, you'll see these words a lot in your math class. Math teachers like to ask these words. I like using money for examples, and so do they. You'll also see some of these terms from social studies and civics, and when you're out of school, you're going to have to know how to handle money. Easier you can do that, easier you can live. I also put some examples. We know this is the dollar sign. That's easy enough. What is this? Or this? And what the heck is this little Y with lines through it? We'll talk about those in a minute. We'll talk about other country systems. In life class, we'll talk about who has a bank account, how you can start one, and a loan, when I would give someone money expecting them to pay me back. Why would I give money to you? I don't even know you, man. How do I know you're going to give me that money back? If I give you $10, that's $10 I don't have. What if I want a cheesesteak, man? You got my $10. Why should I give you any money? Why should anyone? That's something more for next week. And one last question. If you've been to another country, Puerto Rico does not count. It's still part of the United States. If you're born in Puerto Rico, you can be president. If you've been to the Dominican Republic, that's a different country. Canada, different country. Japan, different country. Those we can talk about, and what their money was like. I'm willing to bet it was much more colorful than ours. So our objectives here, we're going to explain examples, words, phrases, sentences for moral support without much visual support. We're going to learn common banking terms, apply math concepts to money, look at how banks work, and what to know about exchanging money into different currencies. Let's start with the trip to the bank. First person you meet, el cajero or la cajera. The teller, that's the person who takes your money. If you're going to deposit, give money. Number 3. Withdrawal, not on here but should be. That's one of the words you have to know. Take money. And the great thing about tellers, they'll give you a lollipop, no matter how old you are. If you've got a baby, my baby wants 2 lollipops. One for you. At the bank, you'll see a security guard. He really isn't so useful in stopping robberies, but whatever, he's there, he's got a gun. And one thing behind him, the vault. Big metal door. Very hard to get into when it closes, very safe. What if you want to put something in that vault, can you? Yes, you can. You can rent a safety deposit box. Anything that's really so valuable you don't want to have it stolen, an old piece of jewelry in your family, important papers, something like that, you can rent one. They'll charge you an amount for it, but keeps it safe. So using a bank, when you get signed up, the account manager meets you. You can get a savings account or a checking account. Almost no one writes checks anymore. I think I write 2 a month now. You're better off with an ATM card, which we'll talk about. That will be a word below, something you have to know. La tarjeta de cajero automático. And your balance, that's the amount of money in your bank account. They call that el saldo, the balance. Let's look at some questions here from the live class. The teller takes care of you. It doesn't always look like a great job, but if you want to own a bank, good place to start. Deposit, you put money in. So why is it better to put money in a bank than keep it at home? Honest question. Withdrawal, you take a lot of money from the bank. A vault, large safe room. Why are they so hard to get into? We'll talk about that. Guards, try to keep banks from being robbed. How else do they do it? Ooh, check that out. That's not blood, that's paint. Die packs, we'll talk about those in the live class. Your ATM, automatic teller machine. Yes, you get money anywhere. Your balance. What if it's negative? What if you owe money? What happens? It's not good. So what's this guy doing? He's withdrawing. ATM. You can withdraw. Oh, there we go. There's a good use of it. So withdraw that money from, or deposit money. You can put money in, take it out from the ATM machine. So some banking verbs. You can cash. Cash can be money, dinero. But cash a check, multiple meaning. You exchange that check for money. Get paid by check, do that. Make a deposit. And bank. Bank's another one. Can be a noun or a verb. Banco. You can bank online. In Spanish, haga, not banco. Different words there. Haga una transacción bancaria en línea. So insert, enter your personal identification number, PIN, withdraw, told you that word's coming up, retire efectivo, and remove your card. Now checks, not used much anymore. If your parents use them, let me know, I'm just curious. And if you get one, you have to endorse it, sign it on the back. So banking online we'll talk about, insert, put something in. Your computer should have an insert key. Tell me if it doesn't. So another thing we're going to look at, this will be one of your activities, exchanging money, cambiar dinero. So Puerto Rico, all the United States, including all the other islands we protect, they use the dollar. Dominican Republic, you got to get a peso. Canada, Canadian dollars, eh? Australia, different one. Almost every country has its own currency. Because I say almost because up here, Europe, lots of countries use the euro, which looks like this. England doesn't. They're still on the pound. So if you don't travel, you will have math problems that ask you how to do this. I know some of you in Algebra 2 already do, or pre-Algebra 2 anyway. So let's look at how to do it. So this goes back to unit rate. We talked about that a few weeks ago. Unit rate, same thing. We find the unit of one thing compared to a unit of another thing. So multiplication. So the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar is worth this many American dollars. So compared to 1 US dollar, 96 cents of the Australian dollar, 1 American dollar is worth more. The euro is worth more than the dollar. The British pound in England worth a lot more. But the Japanese yen, almost 84 yen for the dollar. Don't let that fool you. Things are expensive in Japan, yo. So how do we work this out? Let's say you're going up to Canada. Their dollar coin is called the loonie because it's got a loon on it, which is a kind of bird. So how does that convert? Well, $1 is 1.029 loonies. How much would 500 be? 1 for the live class. We'll work that out. So let's say you got back from Australia. You want to exchange $220. 220 times 0.96, whereas here, 500 times that will give you the answer. Just convert that and you got it. So our next finance lesson, it will be about loaning and borrowing money. Prestarse dinero and prestar dinero. And then paying it back. Pagar. New guy's last name was Pagan, but he never paid me back for anything. So that's it for this class. If you want to come to the live class, we'll talk about this some more. We'll go over the activities and the words. If you don't, well, hope you have something better to do. That's it for me. Adios for now. Goodbye.